Hello my friends, and welcome back to another day here at Reachin Reverie. If you're new here, my name is Alex and thank you so much for choosing this video to watch today. I usually film these videos on the weekends when I have a little bit more time and we're actively working on projects, but today's video is coming after a long day at work and it is about 7 o'clock right now. We are getting into the beautiful golden hour and the countdown into our gorgeous sunsets that we get here in far western Texas in the Chihuahuan Desert. I thought I'd pick up the camera today. I'm out walking my puppy dog this evening on the property, and we have done quite a bit this past couple weeks that we haven't recorded. We have been pushing really hard to get moved onto this property full time, and in the midst of that I may have set the camera down for a little bit thinking you guys probably wouldn't be interested in watching us move a bunch of boxes. But besides boxes, we've also done a few other things here on the property. And when I say we, I mean mostly Josh, of course. The first thing that I wanted to show you guys this evening on our little walk, we didn't get very far from the structures, is we did this about 2 nights ago. So we planted these olive trees. We have these cattle guard cages put up around them to keep hogs and deer from destroying our new little plants as they get established. And we dug these holes using Josh's tractor, plopped the plants in there, brought some soil back from our other house so that they'd have soil they're familiar with, and then we've bermed them to help retain water. And we also mulched them using mulch that we chipped down using our wood chipper on the property. And this mulch is mesquite mulch. It's perfect for trees because it still has those long mesquite thorns in there. Not very good for walking paths, but it will be perfect to insulate these olive trees from the cold and help retain moisture from our hot days that we get as well. Here in the Chihuahuan Desert of far western Texas, we do get cold winters and we do get hot summers, and we have very high fluctuations from daytime to nighttime temperatures. So mulching is a plant's best friend out here in the desert. We also planted a little bird of paradise. We're testing him out without a cattle guard to see how much the deer really like him. He may get another cattle guard if he starts getting picked on. We do have about 12 of these bird of paradise plants, which are legumes. So they will grow really beautiful, bright flowers. They typically are shrubby, get to be between 6 and 10 feet tall and just as wide every year. They typically will die back to the ground in the winter. So we'll cut him down when he gets frozen and then hope he comes back in the spring. And this is our other olive tree that we brought from our other property as well. These olive trees we've had for a little over a year. I think this is going on their 2nd year, and we did have them in very large flower pots so that we could start growing them and have them ready to go from the other property. So getting a little bit of a head start on our fruit trees. Of course, we are planning to have a fruit orchard, which we may start working on next month. I was going to say next month, definitely not. Which we're hoping to start working on maybe next year. We do need likely a well to water our trees, so that's not something we're really rushing on because wells are another thing that cost a lot of money. And right now, we are very happy with our rainwater catchment, which can sustain, you know, just a couple little trees over there. I love this time of day. It's very, very bright, but one of my favorite things in the world is the way the sun looks shining through the grass. Another thing that I'm really excited about, I came home from work today and Josh had gotten rid of our plywood OSB pathway that we've been using the past couple weeks, and he has installed this brick path, and I am instantly in love with this path. It's just so much nicer than the OSB path, and it makes it feel just a little bit more like home. With us moving onto the property, these are a couple of the flower pots that we've taken with us. Josh built these himself when we bought the olive trees a while back. And this is what the little olive tree was in, and the big olive tree over here. This one is, I want to say, a 3 foot by 4 foot bed, and this was a 2 foot by 4 foot bed. So I want to say, I might be a little bit wrong there, and they are 2 feet deep. So they were great for fruit trees. I am going to be using these as my herb garden right off of the house here while we get settled in. We do have these strategically placed up on things to help keep the termites from getting to our wooden boxes. Very scientific with my terms, huh? The strategic things. I also wanted to show you guys the other project that we're working on. Y'all got to see a glimpse in the last video, and here I'm going to show you where we're at so far, and I'll also insert a couple of clips of us working on it this week. This is a project that we've kind of been putting on the back burner as the chickens. We love our chickens, but they haven't been the priority to rush. I was able, when we moved out of our house, to temporarily house my chickens at my friend's house. So this chicken run is some place that we want the girls to feel safe during the day while we are either away from the property or at work. And so we do still need to cover this in hardware cloth and get it all secured for the girls. Let's take a look. I had a random bag of oyster shell that I went ahead and threw in here for them. That's what all this white stuff is. It'll help provide calcium for strong eggs, as well as a little bit of some grit there for them. And it is coming along. We have the metal roof on. We are planning on cutting the metal flush here and capping it with some flashing to keep the water from going in at the top. But it has some hardware cloth to help keep pests from coming in through the roof. This will have a pulley system door that will open and close. Eventually, we do plan on getting an automatic door for this. They have their roost in there. We just have 3 chickens, so that's just shy of 3 feet wide for them, and it is a 2x4, so they can sit on their feet to help prevent their toes from getting frostbite in the winter. We're going to add some pine shavings in here, and then that back door in there will open out so I can rake out the entire thing. We did tall ceilings. They're 4 foot tall ceilings, but a relatively small structure of a 3 foot by 3 foot to help retain their body temperature while also allowing ventilation so that they can be safe, secure, and live out their retirement in comfort. I don't know why I'm ducking. He literally built this my perfect height. Look at this. With a hat, I may graze it, but I could walk through without ducking, and I just think that's super sweet. Little custom made thing. We do like this idea of the arched trellis, so we probably will have some tutorials in the future of how it's made. You can see here the door that will open and close. And in order to help weatherproof this, since OSB is not the best outdoor material, I will likely be painting this to help seal it. And then I will also come back, and we're planning on coating the entire exterior of the structure in this corrugated galvanized tin, just to help give it a little bit extra longevity and weather protection. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I wanted something short and sweet just to keep you guys updated, keep you in the loop with everything going on here at Reachin Reverie. We will post more content soon, so stay tuned for lots of updates. We have several projects going on the homestead here, and we will be building our future one day at a time. one video at a time. So Evie and I are going to go ahead and finish our walk and enjoy this last little bit of daylight that we have left. But until next time, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. That way you can stay up to date with everything going on here at Reachin Reverie.